If you have a SeeStar S50, I need your help, and here's why. These are all images of the Eastern Veil Nebula, also known as NGC 6992. This nebula is all that remains of a star that exploded between 10,000 and 20,000 years ago. On the very left is a single exposure from the SeeStar S50, and it's a single 10-second exposure. And you can't see the nebula very well, and the image is very noisy. There isn't a lot of detail. Next to it is a stack of 3 exposures, and now you can just begin to see the nebula, but again, the image is very noisy without a lot of definition. In third place is a stack of 30 exposures from the SeeStar S50, and now you can begin to see the nebula quite well. There is a lot of structure and detail in the nebula. However, the background is still a little bit noisy. And in fourth place is a stack of 300 exposures from the SeeStar S50, and you can see a lot of definition and detail in the nebula, and the background is very nice and clean. So I think we would agree that getting as much data as possible on each object is the key to getting a really good image. Since SeeStars are so popular and so many people have them, All-Star Telescope came to me with an idea. What if instead of everyone individually imaging objects, we could crowdsource data from multiple SeeStars and get a lot of exposure time on each object? I thought that was a great idea, and we decided to call this project the SeeStar Round Up. Here's how it works. Each month, I'll pick an interesting target that's suitable for the SeeStar, and anyone who wants to participate can image that target with their own SeeStar. And at the end of the month, everyone can upload their data to the link in the description of this video. I will compile all of that data for that object of the month and make a video processing that data. The final result will then be shared with everyone who participated and sent in data. Everyone who participated will receive credit in the video I post, and this will also be a chance for you to see how I process the data using completely free software, in particular Serial. And by crowdsourcing data from multiple SeeStars, we should be able to get some really phenomenal images. And All-Star Telescope will also produce a small print run of images for anyone who wants a hard copy of that image. You are welcome to share that image on social media. Just remember to credit the SeeStar Roundup group and use the hashtag SeeStar Roundup if you're into that. If you have any questions about using your SeeStar or processing the data, feel free to post them in the comment section of this video. And I will also appreciate any suggestions for interesting targets for the SeeStar each month. At the end of each video, I will announce the target for the next month, and then you will have 1 month to collect all the data you can and submit it using the link in the description of this video. Having a new target each month is a good way to motivate people to get out there and take some images with their SeeStars. If you would like to participate, please make sure that your SeeStar is set to save each frame. To do that, click on the SeeStar icon at the top in your SeeStar app, click on Advanced Feature at the bottom, and make sure that Save Each Frame in Enhancing is checked. The target for July, and our first target ever, is the Dumbbell Nebula Messier 27. I chose this nebula because it's a fairly bright target and it shows up very well even in short exposures. It's also fairly high in the sky from northern latitudes, so light pollution or sky glow should not be as much of an issue. And this was also the first planetary nebula ever discovered, so it's only fitting that this is our first target. I look forward to seeing all of the data that everyone sends in, and I can't wait to share the final processed image with you. I would like to thank All-Star Telescope for coming up with this idea and for making it happen. Once you have copied the files over from the SeeStar to your computer, we need to zip up all of these files to upload them. So simply select all of the files. On Windows, we can do that by hitting Ctrl-A to select all of the files, then simply right-clicking and clicking Compress to Zip File, and that will compress all of the files into one zipped folder that we can upload. Once you have the zip file, you can click on the link in the description of this video, and that will take you to this page. Now you simply hit Select Files and select that zipped folder and click Open. Now you simply need to type in your first and last name so we can give you proper credit for the files you submitted. And then simply hit Upload. And as soon as you see this confirmation screen saying upload has finished, you are all done. And if you have never taken the images off your SeeStar before, here's exactly how you can do that. And if you already know how to do that, you can skip this part of the video. To transfer files from the SeeStar's internal memory to your computer, you just use the cable that came with the SeeStar, and the other side, just plug it into your computer's USB 3 port, and then you do need to turn on the SeeStar. When you hear that sound, it means that it's ready for transfer. You do not need the SeeStar to be connected to your cell phone for this to work. Now go to the My Works folder that pops up on your computer. If it doesn't pop up automatically, in your This PC or My Computer area, you'll see the SeeStar drive. Double click on that. Click on My Works, and you'll see any recent exposures that you've done if you haven't deleted them from the SeeStar. So you'll see Messier 13, and these are the individual sub-exposures. In here, you will always see two different kinds of files. There are the .fit files, and there are the .jpeg files. We are only interested in the .fit files. So to select only the .fit files, you can right-click on an empty space, click Group By, and click on Type. You can click on the .fit heading and that will select all of the fit files. Now I would recommend creating a folder on your computer with the name of that month's target, for example, Messier 13. I will drag them into that folder and that will copy them over. Clear skies, and see you at the beginning of August.